festive ingredients. And look, she's getting better at it. Totally didn't call her in here just to make sure she was in here when I turned to say, look, second best kitchen helper ever. Hi. There's not really anything in this that you can have, but I'll give you a cheese tax in a little bit. How's that sound? Now, position yourself right there, please. Thank you. Second best kitchen helper ever is already leaving the kitchen. You're going to get demoted. Welcome back to Snow Dogs Cooking, where if I can cook it, so can you. 4th of July is coming. Last year I did a really fun patriotic poke cake. And I was trying to think of something fun, easy, no bake to make this year because I don't want to turn my oven on because it's getting kind of warm. So I'm going to make Oreo truffles, but not just any Oreo truffles. We're making Firecracker pop Oreo truffles or rocket pop, whatever. What did you guys call these popsicles? I always thought we called them bomb pops, but I could be wrong. Just so you know, you can make these with any flavor of Oreos. I just thought it would be really fun to do it with the Firecracker Oreos. Are these going to be good? I don't know. These Oreos are okay. They're blue raspberry, lemon, and cherry flavored in the yellow Oreo. So what are you going to need for this? You're going to need 36 Oreos, preferably not double stuffed. The double stuffed ones make these not as great. You're going to need 1 8-ounce block of regular cream cheese. Don't use low-fat cream cheese for this. It doesn't stick together. And whipped cream cheese, same thing. You want this to be softened, so like room temperature. You're going to need some candy coating. I'm using the Candy Quick. They have this at Meijer. I think you can also use like almond bark or the candy melts, any of those. I am using white. You could use chocolate if you want, because I am going to decorate them in some red, white, and blue sprinkles, because that's kind of the theme. If you haven't figured it out yet, we're going for a theme here. Have any of you out there tried the Rocket Pop Oreos yet? This is what they look like. Oh, look, that one's going to pop apart. They've got all 3 colors in them. So when I blenderize all these together, it's going to look interesting. They are kind of like double stuffed. They're a little bit thicker, so hopefully this is going to work. It's going to work. I'm sure it'll work. You're going to need 36 Oreos. Look, 2 packages. It's 36 Oreos. Do you remember when there was more than this many Oreos in a package? What do we need next? We need one of these, a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, yes, you can still do this. I'm going to use my food processor to crush the Oreos and to mix the cream cheese in. If you don't have a food processor, put these in a Ziploc bag and take a rolling pin and get out all your Midwestern nice and just smash them. You could totally do that. Or if you have like a little hand chopper or a smaller one, you just want to turn these into Oreo dirt is basically what we're doing. So we're going to do that in there. And I think I'm going to do half and then half. So I'm going to blend these up a little bit and then blend up the next ones a little bit. Ooh, let's hope this works better than I think it's going to work. Oh yeah, it's totally going to work. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so I did half and then half. And I was going to take this and put it right in here and mix it, but I changed my mind. We're going to put it in a bowl and we're going to mix it with a spatula. I think that's going to be better because this is really, really full. Gee, would you look at that? I plopped my softened cream cheese into my bowl to start smashing this together, and somebody came back. Do you know that there is cream cheese? Got it? Is that good stuff? Now I gotta take some to Kira because there's no oven on in here, Kira. You could come in here. Let's take some cream cheese to Kira. I also forgot to check on at the beginning of the video. Would you like some cream cheese too? 4th best kitchen helper ever? Look at it. Look at it. Yes.
I don't know how to take that.
Yes. I have to wash my hands.
Good stuff.
Is that great? You want another bite? There's probably one more bite in here. I'm just saying. Gotta come see. One more bite for you. Oh, is she coming? I thought I heard her little paws. Kira, are you coming? Oh, there she is. Okay, let me get you another bite. Here you go. Yes. Good stuff. I know I usually let Memphis lick it right off of here, but you two, okay, maybe. No, see, that's what I thought. I just don't want you to, there you go. There you go. Just don't try to bite it. Oh, okay, you do know how to do it. I was really nervous that neither of you would know how to do that. You have it all over your whiskers now. Okay, this is going in the trash. I gotta wash my hands again, and then we're gonna smash all this together. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my spatula and start kind of spreading it out and smushing it in. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, so I smashed a bunch of it together with my spatula, and then I went ahead and went in with my hands and kind of worked it all together. Now, we're gonna roll this out into a bunch of little Oreo balls. This is where you get to decide how big you want them. I prefer smaller ones because these are very rich in flavor. So the smaller ones are great. I'm gonna make a couple big ones, gonna make a couple small ones, and we'll go from there. So now we're gonna ball just this part up. And usually what I do is I just take here I'll show you, cookie sheet with a silicone liner, or you can put a piece of parchment paper on it. But we're gonna ball them up, put them on there. What the heck? Did that noise? Is that why you don't like the kitchen either? You're fine, I promise. The easiest way to get this started is with these little scoopers. I have 3 different sizes. I'm gonna make some this size and some this smaller size as well. So for right now, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just putting them on here. We're gonna fix this and make them more ball shaped in a minute. Let me show you the other size one so you can see the size difference. So here you can kind of see the size difference. It's not a huge size difference. This is a tablespoon, and I believe this one is my half tablespoon. I'm not 100% certain, but I like the smaller ones better. So I'm gonna do half and half. Okay, now you can see that they're not really ball shaped like these ones. So now is when you get your hands dirty. Okay, you're still in here, I love it. So we're gonna roll these, put them in between your hands and just roll them until they're ball shaped. That's the next step. Hi, how you doing? Are you liking it in here? Okay, I like you in here too. They're all properly shaped. They don't have to be perfect, but see how like this one's got a hole in it? I'm probably gonna redo that one just to be safe. So once you're done doing that, throw them in the freezer for about 15 minutes. And we're gonna start preparing our dipping. And I just have to show you guys. She did it. You're learning. And I didn't even feed you anything else yet. You are figuring it out. So now it's the game of don't trip over the dog again in the kitchen. I love that you're in here. Thank you very much. So with this, kind of like the almond bark, you can just put it in the microwave in this tray, take this off, follow the instructions. But I am going to use this because I like that I can dip the stuff down in here and it's deeper. This tray just isn't deep enough. You got to kind of roll everything around. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so it's starting to get melty. Like I said, if you do this in the microwave, just follow the instructions on your package. But it's almost, there's a big chunk on my fork. There's a couple of big chunks left in here. I'm going to keep melting this. And then my 15-minute timer just went off, so I'm going to pull those out of the freezer in just a second. I am going to be moving mine to a sheet with parchment paper just because it's going to be a little bit easier to get them off. Once all of this stuff hardens, let's take those out of the freezer. So the reason we only do 15 minutes, you just want them to be a little bit cold on the outside. It makes them less sticky, and it's going to make it so this is going to stick to this a little bit easier. Now, you can either use a fork, or I have this cool thing. We're going to take these out. I'll show you. Before I even start dipping, make sure you have your sprinkles ready because this does set a little bit quicker because these are cold. So we want the sprinkles ready so they'll stick on them. Basically, stick it down in there, roll it around a little. It's definitely not as deep as I wanted it to be. And then you do the tap method. So you tap, tap, tap. That's the other reason we want them cold. Once that stops dripping, move it over to parchment paper. Dun, ta-da! I'll fix that one. Remember, we are not going for perfection. We are just going for fun. And just repeat the process over and over and over and over. That's why I like using this, because it keeps this a nice consistency so I can take my time and keep on going. Ooh, they're looking pretty. Okay, I have dunked them all. Now, the first ones I did are already fairly solid on the outside. You can put them in the fridge for like 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want to do it for too long because you don't want this to crack. But I think these are about ready. I'm going to let them sit here for a minute and set and then get some photos. I think we did it. These are going to be interesting with all of those flavors, the raspberry and the blue and it's going to be interesting. Let's see how they taste. There's a nice little one on top or there's a big one underneath.
Ooh, I want to try a big one underneath. They look perfect when they're cold.
If you can bite it in half and show us the middle, that'd be cool.
If I can. We'll
Yeah,
see.
it might sprinkle everywhere. Ooh, it's got the crunch that I wanted. Let's see. Ooh. Oh yeah, by the way, they're the Firework Oreos, so they're like raspberry and blue and white. I don't remember the flavors.
I don't generally like Oreos.
Those are also the white Oreos, not the chocolate Oreos.
I do like Oreo balls.
Yeah, I know, right? They make Oreos just a little bit better. If you don't like Oreos. I love Oreos, so. It's fruity. I know, it's weird. But also...
Like a hint of Skittles or Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles. It tastes like Fruity Pebbles to me. That's all I can taste is Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. It's actually really good.
Oh, good. So that's a win?
Mm-hmm.
That's a win. If you guys can get those limited edition Oreos, make these. And if not, get a different flavor and make them. And you're back in the kitchen. You're learning, little one. You're learning. Now you got to fill that hole for me, please. And thank you. Those were so good. If you guys are looking for another fun 4th of July themed treat, like I said, we did a poke cake last year. I'll link it somewhere around here and down below. Let us know what you want us to make next. Happy 4th of July, you guys. It's coming up so soon. And Canada Day and all the other things. Happy all the things. All right, you guys, we hope you enjoyed today's video as always. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big, and we will see you again soon. Goodbye, audience.